Dear Diary, today is January 17th, 2021. Dear Diary, here's today's Aries horoscope. There is no doubt about it, Aries, you can be a tough character. You often come across as someone who can't be pushed and shouldn't be argued with. You have a strong personality and a powerful presence, but what many people don't know about you is that you also have a very kind and sensitive side, and at times you can be even a softie. Today you may encounter someone who touches you deeply. Being open to what that will not make you appear weak to anyone, so don't try to hide it. Being generous with your kindness and understanding builds your good karma. Dear Diary, here's today's Taurus horoscope. Just because you are tempted by something does not mean that you have to give in to it. Temptation, something that strikes at your deepest desires to the core of what makes you tick, can be very hard to resist. And if you are someone who is otherwise relatively reserved, you may try to tell yourself that the temptation is your intuition or your spirit leading you down the right path. But don't give in to anything that might be an illusion today, Taurus. If your deeper self is sending up warning signals, be extra cautious. Dear Diary, here's today's Gemini horoscope. You put yourself under a lot of pressure some time ago when you vowed to get something done by a certain date or in a certain way or with the approval of a certain person. But it's as if you set yourself up for trouble and conflict, Gemini, and you are now starting to see this more clearly. You may feel trapped, and with that comes feelings of frustration, exasperation, and possibly extreme stress. But you are not literally trapped. Since you put this demand on yourself, you can remove it. That would surely do more good than harm. Dear Diary, here's today's Cancer horoscope. You may be so adamant about getting someone to align with your point of view or winning them over as an ally that you are feeling assertive, aggressive, and generally all fired up to make this happen. That's your natural ambition, Moonchild, which is often very well hidden beneath your warm, low-key exterior. But you will be much more likely to make this happen if you slow down, calm down, and handle this in a more laid-back way. Distance yourself a bit emotionally, then start again. Dear Diary, here's today's Leo horoscope. Will your day follow a certain script? Is there a cosmic playwright deciding how your day will go, Leo? No, you have the power to write your own script and to decide how your day will go, to a certain point at least. Yes, you may face a disappointment, a challenge, an argument, or some other kind of disruption or aggravation, but that's where creative editing comes in. You may want today to be perfect for some reason, and it can be, if you work with what you are given in a creative and optimistic way. Dear Diary, here's today's Virgo horoscope. You can be a very cautious and reserved as well as restrained person, Virgo, and sometimes that characteristic bothers you. When something appeals to you, but that little voice in your head warns you to steer clear, you usually do. But once in a while, you become a bit rebellious, and what you want to dive in even though your common sense is telling you not to do so. That works out okay sometimes, but not always. Today, the stars encourage you to be extra cautious about something appealing that captures your attention. It is better to be safe than sorry today. Dear Diary, here's today's Libra horoscope. You may have a few worries on your mind. You may have a couple problems to resolve. You may have to deal with a friend or a family member whose bad attitude is frustrating. This may not be a perfect day, Libra, but what day is perfect? If you look at it that way, perfection is found in moments, which means that in its own way, this can be a perfect day for you. Refuse to let the issues above and any others stop you from smiling or enjoying the better moments. It's all up to you. You need a good day, so cautiously create one for yourself. Dear Diary, here's today's Scorpio horoscope. Much of happiness comes from knowing when to say no and knowing when to say yes. That means saying yes or no to opportunities, requests from friends, aggravating issues with family members, and even what you choose to worry about. Sometimes you have to accept things that aren't that desirable, but the way you accept them and the limits you set can still leave room for happiness. If you have found yourself feeling frustrated and unable to truly grasp a happy state of mind, then start being more cautious of the choices you are making. Start today, Scorpio. Dear Diary, here's today's Sagittarius horoscope. Since relationships are based on honesty and trust, you may feel the need to tell someone the whole truth today about something that is bothering you. You can be very direct when this kind of an issue arises, Sagittarius, but you are encouraged to be somewhat restrained in this matter. Give yourself some time to sleep on it and to write down what you want to say before you actually say it. Don't just speak in stream of consciousness. If you plan what you need today after some deep thought about it, you can communicate in a more tactful and successful way. Dear Diary, here's today's Capricorn horoscope. You may be wishing you had a fairy godmother or a guardian angel right now, Capricorn. Perhaps there are some troubles you have been struggling through and you aren't making much progress. Maybe you feel exasperated. Maybe you feel helpless. But in a way, you do have the power to create that fairy godmother or guardian angel by envisioning the ideal guide or helper in your mind. Ask the questions, send your requests, and picture your special protector watching out for you. In a way, the words you send out will carve the path for you. Give it a try. Dear Diary, here is today's Aquarius horoscope. You may be receiving a wonderful offer, a gift, an opportunity, or something you have wanted. It may come to you as a surprise, Aquarius, and its origin might even be somewhat mysterious. Being very analytical, you may be driven to find out how and why and what it was that caused this bit of good fortune to enter your life. But don't question it. Don't analyze it. Don't worry about whether it was meant for you or not, or if it will disappear. Accept it gracefully. Sometimes the good fortune we deserve does arrive out of the blue. Dear Diary, here's today's Pisces horoscope. You made a decision recently, and it may have been a very hard decision to come to. But now, instead of focusing on all the exciting possibilities that might come with that decision, Pisces, you may be wondering if you made the wrong choice. You may be all wrapped up in your thoughts thinking about what would have followed if you had done something different. You may be thinking about what you might have missed out on. Stop. Embrace what you chose to do. The stars are shining on the path you chose. Dear Diary, here's today's daily quote. Sometimes questions are more important than answers. Nancy Willard. Dear Diary, here's today's fun fact. Sugar can cure a burnt tongue. Dear Diary, thank you so much for listening to me today, and I'll see you next time.